Hey there! Tired of spending forever seeding nursery trays by hand? Meet the Quick Click Drop Seeder. It makes seeding trays super fast. Just a click and you're done. You can seed multiple trays in no time, making your nursery work way easier. Plus, it works with paper pot trays, microgreens, and any other tray that you have. Say goodbye to tedious seeding and hello to more time on the farm. Join hundreds of other farmers and try the Quick Click Seeder today. Available at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below. Do you find a direct relationship between the more items you can aggregate and the more money your farm stand brings in? Or is that flatline? Why I ask that is there's this idea I want to be more of a complete basket when somebody shops. And if I just sell sweet corn, somebody comes to me to get sweet corn, and I might have the best sweet corn in the world, but other people are like, I like a driveway out there because all it's sweet corn. If you got sweet corn and tomatoes and milk and steak, it's like, all right, I'm going to get a bunch. So what have you found is you've added items? Does it bring more in? Because then it's, what else can we add? It's another thing to sell. It's another thing to bring in profits, even if we are paying out a cut.
Yeah. So this is super top of mind because this has been I've been thinking a lot about this recently. Some of the items we work with vendors for right now. I've got a camera out to the farm stand, so I'm just looking at our farm stand. Honey. So we buy honey from a local guy and sell it at the stand. Awesome relationship. In fact, just today, he is mentoring our kids on bees. And so they just pulled honey off their hives today. Honey. We've got some friends who roast coffee. We're selling their coffee. They also do a cold brew concentrate that we just started selling this year, which has been an amazing seller. We've got a friend who does soaps and candles. We sell those. We've got a friend who's doing meat chickens. We do those. And then my sister-in-law grows flowers. And so we sell those at the stand. And then we've partnered with an Amish farm that's just 20 miles down the road. And they bring us kind of an assortment of vegetables that when we need them, that we also sell. So I think there's a really interesting kind of happy ground and middle ground here that you can find. And one thing you may notice is every one of those vendors probably started with friend because they're all friends of ours that we're growing with. On a vendor scale, I think almost all of them are 70-30. So they keep 70, we keep 30. In my opinion, that's a favorable relationship. That's a favorable financial situation for the vendor. I think in a lot of the cases, 60-40 or even 50-50 is more common. But those are friends of ours, and we really want to support their businesses. The thing that I've been wrestling with recently is if someone walks into our stand, whether they have a $20 bill or they have a $20 purchase in mind with their credit card, if they buy all vendor items and they don't buy any of our items, to me, that's not necessarily a win because I'm making 30% on those vendor items. If they buy my tomatoes, they buy one of our zucchinis, they buy a bag of salad mix, and they pick up a jar of honey, that's a win. And so it's like,
because you think you get more than 30% profit
absolutely
on yours.
Yeah, on our stuff. Yeah. And so it's just, I am just crunching the numbers as far as how much we sell from vendors, because from the Amish farm, we've got some baby red potatoes. If someone came in with a hypothetical $20 purchase and we had no potatoes, would they buy an extra bag of tomatoes that are ours? And I think it's tricky and it's definitely fuzzy math. And I don't think there's a lot of logic around it, but it's just something I kind of sense or feel from the farm stand. And so it's just something we keep an eye on. With that said, people absolutely love the variety. And if we have more items to offer and sell, they do spend more. Yesterday, Monday, was a surprisingly down day, and it was also a day when we didn't have as much variety in the stand. We're able to look. We had more customers than we had the Monday before, but we had a 30% less average sale. So more customers, but each customer on average spent 30% less. And so in that case, I would rather have them buying vendor goods because something is better than nothing. But I just think there's this interesting tipping point. I do love the variety, but I also want to make sure they're not just buying vendor stuff. I want to make sure they're buying our stuff too, because that's what we make the most money on.
If you enjoy farm podcasts, then tune into Carrot Cash Flow for all things farm business. Join us as we explore the latest trends, tips, and stories from market farmers running businesses just like yours. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Available on all major podcast platforms. Don't miss out. Subscribe to Carrot Cash Flow today.